What's up, everybody? I'm gonna go do the warm-up this morning. Record it early. It might be a little bit noisy. We'll see. But I got somewhere to be, so this way we can play in the first period. We're talking about finding the slope and y-intercept of the lines below. And so here's our line. Coming up with the slope is something we've done before. We can look for two coordinates, like maybe these two, and we can count our slope by going rise over run. So I'm rising, remember, rise over run. I'm rising 1 and I'm running 2. My rise over run is 1 over 2. I'm going to the right, so there's my slope. This is definitely a review. Rising 3, running 2, and that is a negative because I'm going left. Here, it's really hard to see, but we're talking about this horizontal graph here. My slope there is going to be 0 because we have a nice flat graph. All right, talking about the y-intercept. This is our b value. We should be pretty good at this. Our b value right here is going to be -2. We're looking for wherever it touches that y-axis, which is right here. All right. So I'm touching it here at 3, and I'm touching it here at 1. At the bottom, we're talking about substitution here, plugging these numbers in. And so when we go to plug these numbers in, A, B, C, D, we're going to want to put them in here. 5A minus 2B, -8C plus D. So what I'm doing is leaving these gaps where these letters used to be. That's where the C used to be. That's where the D used to be. And I just need to put the letters where they're supposed to be. So this is an A, so I'm going to take -3, put it in there. This is a B, so I'm going to put the B in there. This is the C, so I'm going to put the C in there. And this is the D, so I'm going to put the D in there. I can use Desmos to type these things in. So the first one was 5 times -3 minus 2 times 5. Desmos tells me -25. That's the answer. Question 5. -8 times 1/2. You're right. Plus -1. That's what I got. Let's make sure I typed it in right. Looks good. -5 is the answer. Sometimes we get this wrong if we rush ourselves a little bit and we plug in the letters in the wrong place. So this one is A plus B minus 4D. And so we got to put the A letter in here, which is -3, the B in here, which is 5, and the D in here, which is -1. Sure. Type this in, and we got -3. Oh, come on. We got -3 plus, come on, Mr. Familiar. 5 minus 4 is -1, 6. Alright, give it a shot. Try to find number 7. Yeah, pretty good. I'm recording the video for first period, so it's okay. Is it ready now there? So this question, 10 times C, which is 1/2, minus A, and A is -3, and we type that in Desmos. That is going to be 8. All right, we're going to flip over. we're going to look at the notes from today. So the notes from today, here we go. It's going to be finding x and y intercepts, something that we already kind of know how to do. On the warm-up, we already did y intercepts. So there's not really a whole lot of difficulty added on today. We've got our line here. Here's our y-intercept. And so the one we've done a lot is that the y-intercept is where it crosses the y-axis. But same exact thing. This is the x-intercept crossing where it touches the x-axis. This is our x. This is our y. What I would recommend it's not a bad idea to write down those things there, and we're hoping to write down the exact coordinates of where it touches the line. And so if we look here at the x-intercept, which is in this position, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But we want to write the coordinate, which means we want to put it in this format. The x value is 5, but what is the y value? How much have you gone up and down? When we get over here, we've gone up and down 0. Now it says pretty clearly, notice the y value, okay? On an x-intercept, the y value is going to be 0. Now, if we do the same thing with our y-intercept, we've talked about this a little bit before. My y-intercept is this one up here, and if I write it as a coordinate, the first x number is how much we went side to side. And how much do we have to go side to side for this value? We have to go side to side 0. We don't have to go to the right. We don't have to go to the left. So we put a 0 here, and then we're going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to be at 4. Again, it says notice the x value. So pretty nice, pretty easy. You have these x-intercepts and y-intercepts, and for all of the x-intercepts, the y is going to be 0. For all the y-intercepts, the x is going to be 0. So what that kind of tells you is that when we go down here, and it says given the graph below, write the coordinates, we can look at this picture, and for our x-intercept and y-intercept, we know that the x-intercept is going to have 0 on the y, and we know that the y-intercept is going to have 0 on the x. We don't even have to think about it. It's guaranteed every single time. So when we go for this x-intercept, it's right here. That x-intercept is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. And the y-intercept is going to be 1, 2. Good morning. How are you? Oh yeah, what's up? Yes. Okay, you must be. Yes, I am. Nice to meet you. Good to meet you. You here for yourself? Come on in. What's up? I want to see Pick up, ma'am. Okay. Okay. Yeah. You got one? Okay. Sure. Where is he? Terrell? Yeah, right. Okay, Terrell? Okay, come here for a second. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Is that okay with you? Yeah, no, of course. Hey, come here. Come here, Terrell. Thank you, sir, for understanding. No problem. Thank you. No. So we've got these two. Sorry for the interruption. And we have these two intercepts, and same thing, if you just want to get us started, the x-intercept has a 0y value, the y-intercept has a 0x value, the x value is -6, and this value here is -3. Thank you. This is another really funky one here. We're talking about this graph that's going up and down, we can think about the x-intercept and the y-intercept, and we can start with our 0 and our 0. But you have to be a little bit careful because this graph touches that x-intercept at -4, but does it touch the y-intercept at all? And the answer is no. So is it going to have an intercept there? And so we are not going to need a coordinate. We are going to have none for the y-intercept. Again, that's something that we've done before. We've talked about the y-intercept of a vertical line, the b value of a vertical line. Now, at the bottom here, we have finding intercepts from an equation. 2 quick questions, and we're going to finish the notes. Shut that door a little bit. Finding intercepts from an equation is super easy, and we're going to use this skill that we know that the x and y values are going to be 0 at these intercepts. So, if we want to find the x-intercept, we know that the y is going to be 0. And if we want to find the y-intercept, we know that the x is going to be 0. And so if I want to find, let's work with the x-intercepts. I know that the y is going to be 0. And we're going to have 5 times 0. And so we're going to have that whole piece just disappear. And the only thing we're going to have is 2x equals -10.
Thank you, Mr. Guy.
Thank you, sir.
Y'all have a great day.
You too. So we're going to put in that 0 to the y. It's going to delete because 5 times 0 is 0. And we're going to have 2x equals -10. 2x equals -10. And this is a question from the very first week of school. Divide both sides. Divide by 2, divide by 2. And we have x equals -5. No worries, Ms. Johnson. Same with the y-intercept. We have the x is going to be 0. And so if this x is going to be 0, just cover up the x. And we have 5y equals -10. This part is going to go away. 5y equals -10. Same thing. First week of school. Divide by 5. Divide by 5. And we have y equals -2. Good morning. Last piece here. We're going to do this last question. We have x-intercepts and y-intercepts. Starting with the x-intercept, we know that the y is going to be 0. So if I look over here, I can cover up the y. All I have left is 4x equals 24. 4x equals 24. I can do a one-step equation divided by 4, and I can get x equals 8. Now, if we're going to write these as coordinates, we might want to write them like coordinates. 8, 0, -5, 0. Over here, this is a y-intercept, so this one should be 0, -2. And the last one, the x-intercept, good morning, Janasia, where we know that the x is going to be 0, so we can cross off the x. We still have a -3y equals 24. -3y equals 24. Divide both sides. And we're going to get -8. What's up? Did you do it on the computer? It should be right in there automatically. It doesn't even really come to me. It just goes right to the computer. And we're going to get -8 as our final answer. Now the good news is, as much as this was very easy and we just covered up one at a time, y equals 0, so cover the y, easy equation from the first week of school. You can also go to Desmos, type it in, 2x plus 5y equals -10. It will show you the graph, and it will show you the intercepts. The same ones that we found are right there. All right, that's how you solve for the y-intercepts, for the x-intercepts. Sometimes you can type it in Desmos. Other times, I'm just going to show you a graph, and you got to be able to find it. And the real key today is these zeros. That's the real key. That's what you really got to focus on. All right, that's going to conclude the notes and warm-up for today.